you could have this conversation a million different ways. It depends what you're doing in your campaigns. And guys, realize too, if you're going broad and you're hitting like a bunch of stuff, like some of the people are just not going to be motivated. Feels like they want to commit, so that's coming off of you, and then they want to think about it. So it sounds like you're just not making the connection on the call. I'm not really sure, or maybe you're just dealing with a lot of soft. I don't know how many conversations you're having a day, so it's very hard to judge that. But like maybe you're just dealing with a lot of soft motivation stuff instead of other determining factors. But like guys, you're the best thing I can tell you is when you're on these calls talking to these people, like doesn't matter what the situation is. These sellers, like you're essentially part therapist, part salesperson, right? Because some of them, where the real gems are of deals are ones that like have situations going on, right? Like the divorce and the wife like has to sell the house, or the husband, it's a very, like there's any kind of situation where there's emotion involved, you know, like that's what's going on. Those are typically the situations where they're either not going out to realtors because they have this emotion they don't want to deal with, or it's such a sticky situation that like nobody really wants to deal with it, whatever the case is. Whatever the case is, your job is to get on the phone and figure out what's happening, right? So like, what's the profile, not of the property? We can look up the property, you know, that's pretty easy. We can look up, like, we can assume some things off of if they've refinanced or not or whatever. You know, we can ask some simple questions about condition, but like, why are they even, what's their motivation to sell? Oh, I don't want to sell. You called me. Yeah, but like, I texted you. You said you were interested. So like, what's the interest? I mean, like you could have this conversation a million different ways. It depends what you're doing in your campaigns. And guys, realize too, if you're going broad and you're hitting like a bunch of stuff, like some of the people are just not going to be motivated, right? Oh, well, I just text you to mess with you. I just text you back to see if this was a blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, cool. So like, you don't want to sell, or, you know what I mean? Like, you just have to keep pushing, like keep pushing to the next level. Ask the next question, push to the next like data point, like the next thing you're trying to figure out about their situation, about what's happening, about why they even responded to begin with. Oh, you know, and there's always, if you're making a connection, they'll open up. So that's why it's all about, that's why I say the therapist part is like, you're trying to get them to open up and be like, you know, yo, like you said you were interested. I don't like, what's up? Well, I might be interested if this, or that, you know, there's a lot of different responses you get, but you get the point. Does that make sense? And I also don't like, you know, Justin, in that, what you're saying there, it's not that I don't like what you're saying, but, you know, the thought that like, so for me, if I'm like, oh, I feel like they're going to commit, then I'm going to like put an action step in front of them and make them commit that. And then if they don't, then I'm going to back off and just like, okay, maybe you're not ready for that yet. Let's just, you know, what's going on here? You just have to keep on kind of doing that.